All right, let's get into this right now, cause the thing is like y'all know what the topic is, man. Y'all know what I'm beefing with because I'm beefing. I got a beef with the carbophobes. All right, if y'all never heard that shit, carbophobes. Okay, honestly, because I'm a bodybuilder, right? Carbs are my friend. And I'm not trying to say that that's not exclusive to bodybuilders. I'm saying because it has so many purposes, so many, things that is useful for and plays a role in. You know what I'm saying? So right now, this is the video right here that's going to, get into all of that, the why, the how, and you know what I'm saying, all that stuff that you need to know because it's like, this isn't really spoken on because, all you hear is the opposite. What is spoken on predominantly is just the demonizing of carbs. I mean, like, yo, when y'all think of carbs, what's the first thing that come to your head? For real. Like, let me know in the comments because I'm curious. Because the thing is like, what's the first thing that comes to your head when you think about carbs? Is it bread? Is it you know what I'm saying? Is it candy? Is it sugar? All right. So that is exactly point in case where the problem starts and where it begins, and that's where we're gonna begin this video right here. Okay. So the thing is like, why is it that majority of people just think of carbs as those certain foods? I got a little fun fact for you, okay? So carbs are not just sugar, they're not just bread, and they're not just junk, okay? You ever heard of a fruit? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know around here, but a fruit it has carbs in it. Vegetables, they have carbs in it. You know what I'm saying? Starchy carbs like potatoes, okay? Squash, stuff like that. Those things, rice, those are also carbs. But I bet you that wasn't the first thing that came to your mind. So there is the point I'm making right here in this video because that just goes to show you that you have been influenced. You have been influenced sadly by the media, by all the nonsense, and they. You know what I'm saying? I swear every time I hear a sentence when people say, "Oh, they say that those artificial sweeteners in soda is bad for you," or they say that what I'm saying, that gum, sugar-free gum, is going to kill you, give you cancer, all that all that nonsense. Okay, I always talk about they. I don't know who they is, but I need to go somewhere with that nonsense because 100%. Like the thing is like I go off of facts. I'm a nutrition major in my second degree. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I can actually say that I'm going to be becoming an RDN, registered dietitian nutritionist, and I'm on my way to that. You know what I'm saying? Can't just say it just yet, but it's in the process, it's in the works. So the thing is, what I'm saying, I have some validity as far as I am currently learning this information right now, and what I'm saying, I am honestly also I put it to practical use. I'm a bodybuilder. I do that for my passion, my hobby, and the thing is that I have well enough experience with carbs every single day, every single meal. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a calorie deficit. If you never heard about that, most likely I got a video on it and you could definitely check that out. But I'm currently trying to lean down for the summertime. Got some places I want to go. So I was bulking and now I'm leaning down, and guess what, I'm still doing it by consuming carbohydrates. Okay, I just had lunch and guess what, it has some carbs in it, and oh my god, but wait a minute, but how is that possible when I'm trying to lose weight though? It's because it's the law of thermodynamics. Okay, it don't matter about carbs, it matters that you are eating less calories than your body needs in a whole day, in a whole week. You need to be in a calorie deficit because the thing is that in order to burn the excess calories, because that's what body fat is. If you didn't know, body fat is the excess calories that's stored in your midsection, that's stored under your arms, that's stored under your chin. You know what I'm saying? Those are excess calories. Yes, people say it's body fat, which is the same thing that I'm trying to say here. But the main point is that is the excess of calories that you didn't use, that you didn't burn, and it is storage. That's what body fat is, storage. Okay, so by being in a calorie deficit, you allow your body to tap into that storage. Therefore, you lose body fat in those areas like your chin, your stomach, your midsection, because calorie deficit allows you to tap in and reduce the amount of storage you have. Therefore, you get slimmer, you get a little more, cut up and lean, and that's what the goal is. All right, so back to the main topic, carbohydrates. I'm a bodybuilder, and I'm also a human being. All right, human beings run off of glucose. Okay. That is what we've been running off of since, the day you came out. That's what you've been running off of glucose, okay? The thing is, there could be a variety of different, let's just say, vehicles that this glucose comes in. It could be through, like, when you're a baby, obviously you're not consuming anything but breast milk and stuff like that, but that has glucose in it, all right? Glucose is synthesized from that, all right? It's not, it's not a lot, but the main point is that ever since you're young, glucose is what is driving everything about you, okay? Your blood sugar is not to be afraid of because it is what allows me to do this right now. Speak intelligently, convey my thoughts, okay? Move my hands and you know what I'm saying? All that. All right. And the thing is that you need glucose in order to function and live and to perform. All right. I'm a bodybuilder. A performance is a big portion of my, you know what I'm saying, my whole thing right now. And, you know, similar to you in yourself and you, right now, I'm not saying that you got to be a bodybuilder, but, you know, you want to walk. Let's say you got class. Let's say you got to, you know, go from point A to point B. You know, you got to go grocery shopping. That's all function. That's all performance. You know what I'm saying? There's a million ways to skin a cat, all right? But the main point is that you need to move, and that is fueled by carbohydrates put in your mouth, and therefore it's digested, and then that turns into glucose, and that is the energy source for your body. If you feel like crap when you go on a ketogenic diet, ask yourself, you know, Andre just said, you know what I'm saying, this is the fuel, you know, this is how it works. Now that's why I feel like shit. Oh, you know, because here's the thing. You cannot perform your best. And in the sense of a calorie deficit, right, I like to have a combination of pulling back on my nutrition, but I also like to up my cardio. If you expect to lose body fat, right, to lean down, and you want to strip off that fat and see some musculature and all that stuff, you know, most likely while you're leaning down, you're going to be lifting weights. How do you expect to fuel that? How do you expect to function? And, you know what I'm saying, how do you expect to do cardio when you're eating already less calories, right? Because that's what the whole point is, eating less calories than you're burning, calorie deficit. But the thing is, you're eating less calories, and you know what I'm saying, the fuel source, you know, let's say a ketogenic diet scenario, right, in this instance, right, you have no fuel coming in. How do you expect to do all these functions, but yet you are depriving yourself of your energy? Not only that, that's just one topic on the list, you know what I'm saying? Quality of life. How do we in 2022 function, you know, as a human being, as a social being, you know, going out and enjoying life to the fullest when we have to stray away from anything that looks bread, that everything that looks bread, everything that looks sweet, everything that has some tastiness on it, you know, all the flavors and all that stuff. Like, yo, you can live your life like that, you know what I'm saying? You're going to do this ketogenic diet, and, you know, what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? You're going to abstain from carbs for, what is it, maybe 2-3 weeks, a month, a couple months. But then what happens? What happens when you get to the end of your diet? You've been abstaining from carbs. You're going to eat every carb in sight. That's what you're going to do. And you know what? You're not going to think about it twice because your body is fiending. Your body is fiending because it already knows. Well, you know, it comes back full circle to what your body prefers. Your body prefers glucose. So when you deprive of so long, so many months, you know, weeks on end of doing a dumbass ketogenic diet, you know what the ketogenic diet is for? It's for kids that have epilepsy. In the 19-somethings, they used to give kids a ketogenic diet in order to help them mediate their epilepsy, all right? Look that up. Look into that. Research that, because I already did, but that's not the topic of the video. The topic of the video is that that's not probably you. You want to lose weight. Why are you doing this in this nonsensical way? All you got to do is reduce your calories, move a little bit more, eat healthy, nutritious foods, and you can enjoy your life. You could be doing two things at once: losing body fat, training hard, you know, and having a good quality of life, because that's what carbs bring. All right. One last thing that I want to say is that y'all saw in the beginning of this video, I eat some bread. Oh man, you know what I mean? Which that was a skip, by the way. I will tell you, you know, I don't eat regular ass plain bread for fun. All right, as most normal people don't do that. The thing is that, you know, I just goes to show you, bread is the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about carbs, correct? So when in doing so, you 9 times out of 10 are not going to the pantry, pulling out the loaf of bread and just shoving it in your mouth. That you're not doing that. So why is it that's the first thing that comes to your mind? Because I tell you, it's not the bread that's doing it to you. It's not the bread that has you, you know, a little bit more heavier on the scale than you would like. What it is what you pair it with. Most likely, you pair bread with some sort of spread, whether it be peanut butter, jelly, butter, whatever. You know, when you go to dinner, you know, go to a restaurant, what they order, they don't just give you plain as bread. They give you bread and butter. That is carbs and fats. Let's talk about a cake. Let's talk about a cookie. When you're baking a cookie, you're not just putting sugar in a bowl and chocolate chips and melting. Nah. You put butter, you put sugar, you put, you know, all the eggs and all the ingredients. That is a combination of carbs and fats. A lot of people just think that, you know, all these delicious foods, ice cream, cookies, cakes, pizza, you know, bread, you know, bread with something on it, I'm referring to, is just carbs. If you really think about it, and you have an understanding of nutrition, you will see that there is a relationship with those foods in specific, that there's not just carbs, there's carbs and fats. 9 times out of 10, they're lacking in protein. The three macronutrients are carbs, proteins, and fats. Carbs and fats together, it's a little risky, I will tell you, because those are usually has what our country right now in the obesity epidemic, right? Is because the thing is, carbs and fats together is what we indulge on too much, to the point of lack of control. All right, it's not carbs and it's not fat. It's the combination. So think about that when you eating a piece of pizza. Think about that when you eating a piece of bread with some jam on it, or some butter, some peanut butter on it. Think about that when you eating ice cream, a donut. Carbs and fats is what that is. It is not just carbs. So full circle, I'll bust them out real quick. What I'm trying to say is carbs are not evil. They will allow you to lose body fat if you're still in a calorie deficit, and you could enjoy life. Okay. On top of that, carbs are usually not by themselves. You're not eating bread out the loaf. You're eating bread with something else. You're eating pizza with cheese. You're eating cake. You're eating donuts. You're eating ice cream, dairy, fat, and sugar. Okay? I'm not saying ain't nothing wrong with those, because when I tell you, my boy, I do enjoy myself. All right? I got a sweet tooth. I used to be a heavier person one time in my life, and I know how to eat still to this very day, and I still do. If I want to lay it down, I can lay it down. But the main point is that moderation, stick within your calories, and you golden. Okay, I'm a big advocate for flexible dieting. Okay, I don't demonize nothing. I don't say this is good and this is bad. But I tell you what I do. What I do consume is I do consume a lot of fruits, a lot of vegetables, a lot of whole grains, beans, nuts, healthy foods. About 80% of my diet. 20% of my diet, I have fun foods. I mix in the fun foods minimally with the whole foods that I have as a majority of my diet. And that's how I sustain myself. That's how I've been sustaining myself after I lost my heftiest amount of weight, 70 pounds, 230, 40 pounds, okay? That's how much I used to be, if believe it or not, okay? You know what I'm saying? If you look through my Instagram, I put it right there for you, okay? You scroll through that a little bit, you will see the before pictures. I used to be a big boy, all right? I like to think of myself as a big boy now, but, I'm a swole boy, So, point is, I know what you're going through. I've been there, and I did that, and I ate that. But the main point is that sustain yourself by looking at a diet approach that is not exclusive. Think of it as inclusive, okay? Don't focus on things that you can eliminate, okay? Focus on things that you can swap. Focus on, instead of eating the chips, maybe go for a fruit, Those are swaps. It's not necessarily saying one is good or one better than the other as far as demonizing one and glorifying another one. It's the point is to say swaps that are more nutritious, and that should be the basis of your diet, and you have those fun foods sprinkled in, the pun was intended, sprinkled in, always think about it, be about it. I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all. Mondays and Fridays uploads going up, and y'all have some good ass carbs today. Y'all eat some delicious meals. Y'all eat good. Track y'all calories and know what's going in, and you most definitely will get results. And I'm gonna leave it right there.